Hi y'all, I'm Chase, and this is my 2021 Harley-Davidson Pan America, affectionately known as Wichita. Yeah, I like that. Still do, still like it. Getting this bike has been kind of a bittersweet kind of thing. A lot of it's just because my brothers, it reminds me of my brother. You know, he would have loved this bike. He was all the, geeked out on technology and stuff like that. He loved that stuff. Me, I was more, let's put carburetors on everything and points. I know that's a terrible thing. Nobody likes dealing with points, and even when I just said that, I remember how much I hated dealing with points. But that being said, we were kind of different that way, but we both loved, working on stuff. And even if we didn't love it, we had to, because, well, we were poor as hell. My brother, he would have loved something like this. He was into Harleys, but he also liked, Japanese bikes, because they had all the tech at that point. So it makes me think of him, and that's, I don't know if I said it in the last video or not, but that's why I'm going to call this Wichita. I'm going to call this Pan America Wichita. It's another character from one of my brother's favorite movies, Zombieland. I think I said that before, but it's in honor of him. I miss him a lot. In fact, I miss the person my other brother was too. Unfortunately, he's fallen down a hole with drugs, and well, and nobody can stop somebody from doing drugs until they hit bottom. They have to stop on their own. You can't make them stop. Well, short of a very long prison sentence where they can't get a hold of drugs. So it honestly feels like I've lost both my brothers. My one remaining brother, it feels like I lost him too. Brothers are hard to understand from an outsider's perspective. We would call each other, the most rotten, horrible names, and we'd laugh about it. If somebody heard us calling each other some of those names, boy, they'd probably just be offended just by themselves. But, you do that because, it's, I don't know. Terms of endearment, I don't know, a term of affection. This is before everybody, started getting crazy about words and who can say what words and all that crap. Technically, I'm a millennial, early millennial, late Gen Xer. It's supposed to be like a Xennial. So we kind of grew up in both me, my brothers, and my sister, we grew up in both eras where you could literally call somebody a name, and if they didn't like it, that was just too damn bad. We grew up in a time when it was sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me. We also grew up in the time when they started to push real hard on that, oh God, if you hurt someone's feelings, it's like murdering them. For eons, thousands upon thousands of years, you know what kept society on a straight and narrow? Shame. Shame. And I think that might be the problem with the world now, is there is no shame. Everybody thinks they can just be as degenerate and twisted and sick as they want, and there's no one that should be able to tell them different. Unfortunately, you can see what that does to society. Everybody wants people to tiptoe around their feelings and walk on eggshells, and you can't say certain words, and a lot of times I feel like a moron, because I'm the one that actually read books as a kid, because, well, it was better to hang out in a library than it was on the street in the bad part of town. So But, you know, I see a lot of stuff that I seen in dystopian, you know, science fiction books. I see it today, and it scares me. And, you know, it didn't feel so scary when I had my brothers. Man, I miss them. A lot of people, you know, they weren't like me and my brothers. They didn't have siblings growing up, especially brothers. You have no idea how, I'm going to use one of their words, empowering it is to have a brother that has your back no matter what. A guy that would take a bullet for you just as you would take a bullet for him. And maybe guys that are in the military, you know, maybe they can understand that. But even then, it's not blood. It's not... And therein lies another problem, you know, the destruction of families, you know. Families are supposed to stick together, you know. They're supposed to have each other's backs, but the way it is now, they want people to give up on that. They want people to just tell their families to go to hell. And I mean, I can't imagine when my grandmother was alive telling her to go to hell because she had an idea. Or my grandmother was a hippie type, so she of course smoked marijuana. If I told her to go to hell because I didn't believe in, you know, taking illegal drugs, I couldn't live with myself. I loved my grandma. My grandma was sweet. She was kind. Of course, she could be vicious and beat the living hell out of us, but she didn't do it because she enjoyed whipping us. She did it because, well, we did something bad. And I miss her a lot. I think of her often too. A lot of people think you shouldn't talk about your feelings, but honestly, you know, for after my brothers were murdered to now, or actually when I got this channel, I didn't do a lot of talking about my feelings. I disappeared. And I know I feel like I've abandoned family a little bit myself. But talking to anyone in my family, seeing people, I wanted to be alone. I didn't want to talk to anyone. And I look back now and I look at all the time that I wasted, and I am so sorry. I wish I would have been more open, more honest. I wish I would have just not, I don't even know, retracted from society, from my family, from everyone. It's hard to cope with loss already, and when you lose someone that young, it's impossible, because it's not something... When my grandmother died, I was very sad. I was heartbroken. I love my grandmother. But when she died, it was different than when my brother died. Completely different. The feeling alone, I mean, I was sad, but she was old. She had lived her life. My brothers, they never got that chance. Never got to have kids. Never even got to buy a house. You know, that's the hardest thing, is knowing that they're gone and there's nothing of them left behind. There isn't a piece of them. No children. Nothing. So, but if you know someone that's struggling, reach out to them. I wish somebody would have reached out to me. Maybe maybe I would have accepted it, or maybe I'd have slapped their hand away. I can't tell you now. Now, in my current frame of mind, absolutely I would welcome it. In fact, I have. Even when you don't think people care about you, there's somebody out there that cares. I guess that's it, guys. I don't even know what to say. Like, comment, subscribe. I read all comments. Flick that dingling to be notified of any new videos I'm coming out with, which will be on Wichita here. And reach out to the people you care about. Don't miss that time with them, because you can't get it back. That time is finite. Bye, y'all.